Scotty Real. What's up with illegal Chinese mafia grows doing bad things with the chemicals?
I don't know. Isn't anybody thinking of the children, sir? Come on, let's find out, Chad.
So, okay, we've got this story coming out of Maine, and this isn't a new story either. Apparently, this has been ongoing and in different areas of the country as well. But apparently, an illegal Chinese gang has been taking over houses and growing the marijuanas. Now, have you ever had illegal Chinese mafia black market marijuanas?
Maybe, as much as I want to support the home growers, this is something that does happen and gives home growers a real bad name. Man, I have seen this happen. I'm from Florida, and yeah, they'll put people in a house. So it's some kind of Chinese kind of, I don't want to say slavery thing, but kind of whatever the next step down is from that. No, it's slavery. They bring them over here and they put them in a house and they tell them that they have to work, and give them very little bit of money and whatever. It's really nasty, but they do that. And so there are houses that get busted. They don't do it cool either. Like when you rent a house, you do up the basement or you do up a bedroom or two. This is like every square foot of the house is just weed, man. It's a criminal operation.
100%. And in the 90s, that was kind of a really big thing in the Vancouver, BC area. So, as much as I want to say I've probably never smoked the illegal Chinese mafia marijuanas, I probably have. But we're past that. It's no longer the 90s. But you're right, dude. It's much different than home grows. And one of the things that kind of stuck out with this article and one of the arguments for legal systems is, there's testing and there's quote unquote consumer protections. They were spraying some gnarly stuff and what the article says is neurotoxin. So I mean, how much of that black market stuff do you think may be affected by this?
How long you been growing?
Or like neurotoxins?
How long have you been growing?
Decades.
Decades ago, even before there was good internet and good information, nobody told you when you said you had spider mites, bro, I got you, man. I got you. I got this stuff. My buddy Joey's got, man. I'll give you a little bit. You put it in your sprayer and you're good to good. They're gone. Dude, ignorance is no excuse, I guess, but I don't know. Yeah, they were ignorant. Everybody was really ignorant back then. So fluoramite was being sprayed, which is, I guess, carcinogenic properties when combusted.
Hmm.
What was the
That's the ticket.
Yeah.
So like Eagle 20, man, Eagle 20, and like Paclo blue
Backlow.
pac,
Yes.
Paclo buds, Paclo Blutenol. I can't.
Butrazol.
Wow.
You
Okay.
just got to
Yep.
let it go.
Thank
Paclo
you.
Butrazol. Just
Thank
say
you.
Paclo Bud. Everybody.
Thank
That's
you.
that rock
Yeah,
hard
Paclo
weird
buds.
bud.
Yeah, that we're like, oh, it's so dense and the hairs are weird, but it's so dense. So you're absolutely right, man. I mean, you don't know until you know. Like Eagle 20, well, it worked that good because it's really freaking gnarly. But you're not allowed to use that stuff anymore. But those things are a little bit different than what these guys were using. Do you want to try to let's go through some of these names and let's see if we can even pronounce those names. Like, yeah, some of these names
All
on this
right.
list are
I
crazy
just
here.
gotta ask. So
Go,
the
go.
the suffix is pyr. Is that a pyre? Chlorphenapyr. That's pretty good, right?
Is that a pyrethrin?
No, maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
And I don't know. We got to find out because a lot of these there's chlorothianol. Come on, would you ever? Dude, just put a little chlorothianol in there, man. You'll be fine. All right.
No, man, I like the cypermethrin and the phenpoppertharin and the phenobucarb.
I do
What?
wonder. I do wonder who. Yeah, the phenobucarb. Like, come on, man. You're trying to sell this stuff. I name products. Why do you? It's strange. I guess there's some kind of code we're not getting, man. But yeah, there really are, and I do understand people that are just in this for the money. Who were the guys that were spraying fluoramite and Avid and Eagle 20 on their stuff and Paclo Bud? It was people that were way more interested in the money than being really proud of providing really good cannabis.
And as you said, it gives home growers a bad name, but it's actually the home growers who are able to grow in a small quantity for themselves that take the most pride in what they do and don't put onto their plants. So it's horrible that these, gangs kind of take over neighborhoods. This is again something that I saw in Southeast Portland. Literal neighborhoods were all rented, and you kind of figure it out. And a few years later, geez, the whole neighborhood got busted because it was a big grow operation. Like, they're around.
Just real quick, if I could add, what's cool about having your own grow is most of the time you have a few months of your own clean, good, homegrown weed on hand. Whether it's a pound in the fridge or something like that. But that is it gives you a bunch access to a bunch of really clean medicine. I think that's a lot different being a home grower like that than what these guys are doing.
Absolutely. There's a big difference there. Again, the money motivation versus like purity
Yeah.
kind of motivation. And that's where we need to draw like a different line. But, you know, weed is legal in a lot of the states. I think 2/3 of the population of the US live in areas where they can get or consume medical or recreational
Yeah.
cannabis.
Yeah.
So why do you think, like, how and who's supporting these Chinese gangs? Are they I don't imagine they're exporting it. I imagine they're keeping it here and then just sending the dollars back. Who's
Right.
buying this stuff? Why does it still
Yeah, I mean,
exist?
rental houses are expensive. Remember how expensive weed used to be? Now we're like, dude, you gotta do the whole house up to cover rent now, man.
Yeah, and that's why I always kind of root for the craft growers. I wish it would be federally legal, because then the markets could open and we could have people like myself, like yourself, craft growers offer a superior product. You're not going to have a ton of it, but it's going to be quality.
Wow.
One of the big differences, I know, right? One of the big differences, though, between the rec market and this illegal weed is tax dollars. Like, the prices are probably pretty different. The tax structure is pretty different. Do you think that maybe the legal system is actually what's still propping up the black market? If we would just legalize it and allow me to have a license, allow you to have a
Sure.
license, which again, a license means that there's rules and things you have to follow and do. But is the patchwork of like legal markets still keeping that black market going?
I guess, man, the
Hmm.
black market is so, it's like a passion project that you do now because what do you get?
Yeah,
$75
right.
an ounce or something. You're like, yeah, it covers my hobby. It covers, I don't have to pay to buy weed. But yeah, there's not much money left. It's not what it was. Let's just say that. I think, what do we got? $900 pounds here or something like that.
It's hilarious though. Black market is now a passion project. That needs to be a t-shirt. Heard it here first.
The free market. Free market.
You know what, again, it's that legal system is supposed to be protecting us. It's supposed to be giving us a superior product. It's supposed to be giving us a cleaner product. It's supposed to do a lot of things for us. But there's another article out there that is kind of speaking, well, that might not actually be the case. And this is a company, from your state, Colorado, that is saying, like, hey, I want to be inspected, but the inspectors just never showed up. So as we were talking earlier, it's like, cool, you can have as many laws and rules and
Sure.
regulations as you want, but if there's nobody there to check or enforce it, then what good are they? So, I mean, Colorado's had some recalls, haven't they?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. What kind of company isn't, or what kind of industry isn't going to have recalls? Especially, like I said, what's the motivation? It's not like General Mills that's pumping out food. That, yes, their motivation is to make money, but they're pumping out millions and millions of units and have been doing so for decades. We're different. I'm looking at, there's a picture of these gummies I'm looking at, and someone has been making gummies for less than 5 years. It's different.
I think this just kind of loops us back to, I mean, we've touched, okay, so we know the legal markets can be bad because there's a lot of, well, in the legal market too, shit. There's money motivation on both
A
sides.
lot less on the
And
illegal market
one,
now. I mean, shit, we're growing for fun. We're growing to cover our hobbies and just to not have to pay for weed. There's not a lot of money motivation when you go get the dude or Grambo or mine or I don't know about you. You might be a money grubber. I don't know, but
I mean, look at this jacket, bro. This jacket ain't come
yeah,
cheap. Money, money,
yeah,
money.
yeah. I need to Scotch guard this every now and again, man. This stuff ain't free.
Yep, yep. I think that's the point that we're coming to as we wrap this one up is just grow your own. You control what goes into it. You know the inputs, whether it's that illegal jerk face mafia people. Probably shouldn't say that. I'll wind up in the freaking cement boots. Those very nice people who are growing weed not so nicely and the legal market, which gives us that illusion of protection. But again, there's that money motivation. So grow your
Yeah.
own, Scotty. Is that where we wound up with this one? Is just
I
grow
say
your
grow your
own?
own. It's not that hard. You can do it.
You can. You can. And keep tuning in us for more news. And tune in to the Dude Grow Show for grow tips. Tune in to the Chad Westport channel for some more grow tips. Keep it locked. And we'll see you guys next time.
Hell
Thanks,
yeah.
Scotty.
Good hanging, Chad.